Now, have you ever looked around and considered the lack of discipline might be having on the younger generation? I mean, this isn't a rhetorical question, but it's a critical issue that definitely needs attention. In this world around us, we witness this noticeable shift in behavior of the younger generation. I mean, and not to generalize, but it's definitely hard to overlook the apparent lack of discipline among our youth is having. I mean, it's like a jigsaw puzzle piece that just doesn't quite fit, causing the whole picture to appear skewed. Now, this lack of discipline definitely manifests itself in different ways. One is this diminishing respect for authority. I mean, the susceptibility to peer influence and the tendency to make less than stellar decisions, obviously. And it's not about pointing fingers or laying blame, but recognizing the existing issue that needs addressing. I just want to get things straight here. This is not the call for the draconian approach of an iron fist. Okay, far from it. It's about finding that delicate balance between firmness and compassion, between guiding and allowing room for growth and mistakes to be made. Now, discipline, after all, isn't just about rules and regulations. It's about instilling values such as hard work, responsibility, and respect for others. It's about molding character, shaping attitudes, and fostering the right mindset for the future. These young people, these young individuals are the future leaders of our society. And if they lack the necessary discipline, I mean, what does that spell for the future? I mean, it's a question worth pondering, definitely. Now, first, we have to remember that failing to invest in the discipline of our youth is failing ourselves. They are the torchbearers of our legacy. I mean, they are the architects of tomorrow. If their foundation is shaky, how can we expect them to build a stable, prosperous future? And let's dive a little deeper into this subject. Let's keep in mind that the future of our society depends on how we address this issue today. It's not just about discipline for discipline's sake, but discipline as a tool to shape better individuals and ultimately a better society. It's not uncommon for young people today to exhibit an extreme lack of respect for authority. We see it in the way they interact with adults, challenge societal norms, and how they often place their personal desires above the collective good. Take, for example, the casual disregard for rules in schools. Constant tardiness, the talking back to the teachers, and the frequent disruptions in classrooms. I mean, these behaviors not only disrupt the learning environment, but also reflect a deeper issue: disregard for authority and a lack of discipline. Moreover, the influence of peers on the youth today can definitely not be overlooked. They're often swayed more by friends' opinions than by the wisdom of elders, leading to this herd mentality. This susceptibility to peer pressure often leads to poor decision-making, such as engaging in risky behavior, neglecting their studies, and participating in activities that could harm them or others. I mean, just look at social media today. But let's be clear, this is not a call to the return of the authoritarian way of the past. No, this is about finding a balance, the balance between firmness and compassion, between setting boundaries and giving freedom, between teaching respect for authority and encouraging independent thought. Discipline should not be synonymous with punishment. Instead, it should be a tool to guide young people towards becoming responsible, respectful, and resilient individuals. It should teach them the value of hard work, the importance of following rules, and the necessity of considering others' feelings and rights. Now, the key is consistency. We need to consistently reinforce these values and expectations, not just when it's convenient or when things go awry. We need to model the behavior we want to see, showing them that discipline is not about control, but about self-control. In the end, it's about helping them understand that the actions have consequences and that they are responsible for their choices. And when they make mistakes, as they inevitably will, we must guide them towards learning from their mistakes rather than fearing punishment. The challenge we face is in finding delicate balance between firmness and compassion when instilling this discipline. It's a challenge, but one that we must rise to if we want to equip the younger generation with the skills and values they need to thrive in the world. The question we must ask ourselves is, what values are we imparting on our youth? Values act as a compass, guiding us through life's choices and decisions. They shape our character, influence our actions, and ultimately determine our destiny. It is therefore crucial that we instill the right values in our youth and leaders of tomorrow. One such value is hard work. It's an old adage that hard work pays off, and it still holds true today. In a world where instant gratification has become the norm, teaching our young ones the value of putting in effort and striving for excellence or persevering in the face of adversity is more important than ever. Hard work breeds resilience, a trait that will serve them well in all aspects of life. Next, we have responsibility. Responsibility isn't just about doing one's chores or completing school assignments on time. It's about understanding the implications of our actions, recognizing our role in society, and being accountable for your decisions. When young people learn to take responsibility, they become better equipped to face the challenges of adulthood. In a diverse world, respect for others' rights, beliefs, and culture isn't optional, it's essential. Teaching our youth to treat others with kindness and understanding will foster empathy. It helps them appreciate the richness of diversity and cultivates that sense of the global citizenship. But how are these values tied to discipline? Discipline is the thread that weaves all these values together. It's the practice of training oneself to obey rules or a code of behavior. Without discipline, the values of hard work, responsibility, and respect are merely concepts and not reality. Discipline helps transform these values from theory into practice, from ideas into action. Discipline is a tool that helps us internalize these values, making them a part of who we are. It's the bridge that connects values to action, the key that unlocks a door to successful and fulfilling life. These values tied to discipline are the building blocks of a responsible and successful individual. And our duty doesn't end at identifying the problem. It extends to taking responsibility for it. Now, it's a compelling thought, isn't it? I'm going to take another little look at this. Our responsibility as a society isn't just about pointing finger at the lack of discipline in the youth. It's about recognizing that we have a role in shaping the future leaders of our world. Picture this. In a world where our young people are guided by a strong moral compass, where they respect authority, adhere to the rules, and understand the value of hard work. Doesn't that sound like a world we all want to live in? But to reach this ideal, we need to take collective responsibility. So what does this responsibility look like? It's about fostering that environment to encourage discipline without stifling the creativity or individuality. It's about teaching our youth the importance of responsibility, respect, and hard work. It's about guiding them so they can make informed decisions that will positively impact their lives and the world around them. What happens if we shirk this responsibility? Well, the consequences will be dire. We risk creating a generation that lacks respect for authority, that doesn't understand the significance of discipline, and that makes decisions based on peer pressure rather than sound judgment. The risk of failing not just our young people, but ourselves and our futures. Let's not forget, the youth are not just the leaders of tomorrow. They are the innovators, the change makers, the ones who will shape the world in ways we can't even imagine. So shouldn't we want to equip them with the tools needed to make this world better? So our responsibility is therefore enormous, but it's not unmanageable. It requires a collective effort, the communal commitment to nurturing the youth. It requires us to step up and take action and be part of the solution. Failing to instill discipline in our youth is a failure to ourselves and our future. So let's not fail. Let's rise to the challenge, take responsibility, and create a future we can all be proud of. So what steps can you take to instill discipline in our youth? In the younger generation? What steps can we take to instill discipline in our younger generation? This is a question that perhaps lingers in our minds. You can delve into a potential few solutions that can help shape a generation that's disciplined, respectful, and responsible. Firstly, communication is key. It's not enough to simply lay down rules and expect them to be followed. We must take the time to explain these rules, why they exist, the values they uphold, and the consequences of not abiding by them. And this will foster the environment of understanding and respect rather than one of fear and resentment. Secondly, you definitely have to lead by example. Actions always speak louder than words. And if we want our young ones to exhibit discipline, we must also embody it. Let them see us making the right decisions, taking responsibility for our actions, and treating others with respect. This way they can see firsthand what discipline looks like. And thirdly, you have to encourage responsibility. Again, tasks that are age appropriate and within their capabilities. This could be as simple as making their bed every morning or helping with household chores. I mean, this not only instills a sense of responsibility, but also teaches them the value of hard work. Lastly, we have to remember that discipline is not synonymous with punishment. It's about teaching and guiding. It's about providing structured boundaries within which they can explore, learn, and grow. So let's make sure our approach to discipline is one of patience and understanding. Investing in our youth is not a choice. It is a necessity. By instilling discipline, we're not just shaping individuals, we are shaping the future of our society. We're equipping them with the skills and values they need to navigate life's challenges and make wise decisions. But remember, it's not just about what we do, but about how we do it. It's about consistency, the compassion and respect that we show in the process. It's about teaching them that discipline is not a burden, but a tool of success. It's time we take action, invest in our youth. The future most definitely depends on it.